This is the Scholarlynk news for 20th November 2020. Singapore's Prime Minister talked about the need for senior foreign professionals to build world-class teams from the growing pool of local tech talent. Such senior professionals are in short supply here, and they can help create a virtuous cycle by raising standards and strengthening the local tech ecosystem. He acknowledged that having large numbers of foreigners in any industry can give rise to a sense of competition and discomfort. Singaporeans will have to be assured that they are treated fairly and foreigners must make the effort to fit in. The government's new Tech Pass Work Pass is meant to make Singapore more attractive to such talent because, unlike the existing employment pass, the individual is not tied to a particular job or employer. The foreigner will even be allowed to start and operate a business in Singapore, but must demonstrate that they are high level tech professionals. Think about it. Is technology talent the most important thing to building up a tech company? What about leadership talent to steer the company? In business news, Tesla took a giant step towards blue chip status when it was named to the S&P 500 stock index. The electric car company will be the largest company ever to be added to the index. Money managers overseeing passive funds will have to sell tens of billions of dollars worth of shares in their existing S&P 500 holdings to make room for Tesla. The stock price has risen almost 5 times this year, making its CEO, Elon Musk, the third richest man in the world. Tesla has solidified its position as the leading electric car maker in the world, even in the face of increasing competition. Think about it. Tesla is not only the largest electric car maker in the world, it is the most valuable car maker globally. Do you think electric cars are the future? Are there many in your country? In Malaysia, the Movement Control Order, or MCO, and its accompanying border closures due to the COVID 19 pandemic were a boon for a syndicate that sold illegal passage in and out of Malaysia for foreign workers and illegal immigrants. However, this all ended in a massive nationwide operation when 46 individuals were arrested in Putrajaya, Johor Bahru, Kota Kinabalu, and Kuching. The 46 were made up of 27 immigration officers, 14 agents for foreign workers, and 5 civilians who acted as middlemen. With the syndicate infiltrating the immigration department, there were two types of services they provided. The first involved giving the immigration department's exit and entry stamps to allow the foreign workers' social visit pass to be extended. The second is to provide counter facilities at KL International Airport for illegal immigrants who have been blacklisted and whose visas have expired so that they may enter Malaysia. The Immigration Department's Director General has stressed that the department will not be lenient on staff who abuse their power. Think about it. Corruption within a department is a problem in countries all over the world. How do the authorities in your country deal with the issue of corruption? Over in Thailand, clashes between pro monarchy supporters and anti government protesters erupted, leaving several people injured. Police had to use a water cannon and tear gas solution to disperse anti government demonstrators who tried to break police lines, barbed wire, and barriers to approach parliament. Some lawmakers were forced to leave parliament by boat as demonstrators clashed nearby. Protesters were held back by thousands of police behind barricades. A total of 4 water cannons were deployed, with some firing tear gas solution. However, anti government protesters eventually broke through the barricades and advanced on Parliament, but were prevented from entering Parliament by police forces. While some lawmakers approved of protesters gathering near Parliament, others felt that protesters must not pressure the Parliament. Think about it. Do you think protests and demonstrations should be allowed? Should the police have used more or less force in trying to stop the demonstrations? How should the police respond when they are attacked? China's Tianwen-1 Mars probe has traveled over 300 million kilometers, according to the China National Space Administration. The spacecraft is in good condition and is about 63 million kilometers from Earth. Tianwen-1, the country's first independent Mars probe, was launched on July 23rd. If everything goes as planned, the 5 metric ton probe consisting of the orbiter and landing capsule will be captured by Mars' gravitational field in February. The goal is to land a rover on the southern part of Mars' Utopia Planitia. If Tianwen-1 can orbit Mars for observation, land on the planet's surface, and deploy the rover to conduct scientific operations, it will become the first Mars expedition to do all three with one probe. Think about it. Why has there been so much interest in going to Mars recently? Do you think colonizing Mars is something essential to the continuation of humanity?